Hello and welcome to a show of sorts where we place bets on the PS5 reveal event, the future of gaming, something like that. We're gonna play some bets here. My friend Parker is here as my co-pilot. Say hello, Parker.
Hello, Parker.
Nailed it. Take
Back
two,
in
take
third
two.
grade.
How you doing, Parker?
I am doing fantastic. I'm so excited. I'm ready for it to be an hour and a half from now, and we're in it.
Yeah. So it's like an hour, almost 2 hours of content. Is that true? Do you know
I think it's
about
a
that?
little over an hour.
A little
I
over an
saw
hour.
it
Okay.
somewhere.
Okay. Awesome. So Parker, we're doing some bets. How crazy are your bets?
I have some that I consider to be pretty safe. I have some kind of in the middle, and I have
Okay.
some that are very like noise is happening. But
Gotcha. Mine are very boring, so I hope you have some home runs in here because mine aren't that great. But so you said you had issues sleeping, not exactly the right way, but looking forward to this event. How'd you sleep?
I slept fine last night, but this morning has been, I'm just like ready for it to be 3. I'm like,
Gotcha.
why do we have to be this late in the day?
Come on,
Yeah,
time.
with other E3s, right? With other E3s, it's like, all right, not that I care a lot about Xboxes, but I still watch it and I still enjoy it. So
Same
it's
for
like
me.
there'd be them throughout the day, and then it's
Yeah.
like the hype is real for PlayStation,
Mhm.
but there's only a few hours. And today it's been like, there is nothing until PlayStation. Everyone on Twitter is just getting hype.
The hype is real, but like even for like Xbox stuff, a lot of stuff that Xbox will show will be like cross platform. So like even if it's not, as long as it's not an exclusive, but still, you know what I mean. Like there's still a lot to get excited about, even if you're not an Xbox fanboy. So
I mean, I think they had to win E3 last year when Keanu Reeves just walks out.
was that was on Xbox?
Yeah.
Wow. I remember Keanu, and then I just don't remember anything else. It's like a blur. No, you're beautiful or you're perfect, something like that. I don't remember what he said. But yeah, so we're gonna go right into these bets. Do you want to start, or do you want me to start, or do you have any like small ones you want to start with to get out of the way that isn't exactly like a real bet? You know what I mean? Like just like a little, like an appetizer.
I'm assuming we're going to see the console today. That's not one of my bets, and I don't have anything about price. I only have one thing that's not game related, period, about like something that's going to be announced or.
Okay. I have two. I mean, if you count the box and price. You want to just have us both start with that?
Sure.
Okay.
Because that I won't count as our actual bets. How many are we going to officially make that we're betting against each other?
So I only have 6 total, so let's just do 5.
Okay.
So.
I like that. And
all right, cool.
We can. What are we betting? Is it the next time we see each other in person, loser buys winner drink or something simple?
I don't know. How about the loser has to pay for a $60 game for the other person?
That's a big bet, buddy.
Hey. Okay.
Maybe like a $20 PSN card. I would go in on that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Deal.
Okay.
Right.
You have Venmo, right?
Yes, I do.
All right.
Okay. You
put this in the legal contract that.
Get some blood here. Scratching. Okay, so we're gonna see the box, right? We're gonna see the damn box, and I think the price, brace yourself, is gonna be $3.99. I don't think it's gonna be any higher than that. I think they're gonna take a huge loss. I think they think that if they go any higher than that, there's gonna be too much hubbub, whatever that word is. I think it's gonna be cheap. I think it's gonna be a $3.99 box. And just for the record, if I was wrong, I would not be surprised. Like I think it could be anywhere from $3.99 to $5.99, or having 2 SKUs, like have one cheap one and have another like PS5 Pro right out of the gate. I don't see those things happening, but like if they did happen, I wouldn't be shocked, is what I'm saying.
Right. So pretty much, regardless of what happens, unless it's like $800, you're not gonna be surprised.
Correct. Yes, but my actual bet is we see the damn box and it's $3.99. That's my actual bet.
Okay, so your first one is. I am not convinced that we'll get a price, but I really think at this point we should, especially if it's in October or November. Yeah, I think for sure we got to see the box. Xbox has been out there. I literally this
Right.
morning for the first time ever saw an ad for the Series X, like coming holiday 2020. I was like,
Mhm.
great timing, Xbox.
Right. I also think, yeah, I saw something on YouTube that they put out today, just like a short 30-second clip of something. I didn't watch it, but yeah. I also feel like this is the most conflicted I've felt about a reveal event, because if they didn't show anything, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I would just be like, that's PlayStation. And the thing is, I don't think they I think they should, but I don't think they necessarily have to. They could literally just show like the box it comes in, and people would lose their shit.
Right.
Like, they
Because
can give
last time,
the tiniest little tidbit of information, and people would still just go crazy.
I have it up there. I'm gonna just do this for a hot second.
Okay,
That
you do your
one
thing.
box, I can't tell. And one of those boxes
Uh huh.
though, is the original PS4 like launch box, and it's like that briefcase looking thing. And I
Gotcha.
remember people were hyped about that. They were like, "It looks so sleek. I get to just
Exactly.
carry it home."
Yeah, and I can definitely see them showing a box, like those boxes that you just showed have a picture of the system on it. But I could see them
hmm
showing a box that does not have like the actual system picture on it. Like, I could see them doing that move. I hope they don't, but I could see him doing that. So
I think if they don't address it, they will definitely say, like, we will announce it in this time.
but then people get mad about that too. They'll be like, well, why not right now? You know what I mean?
True.
Nah,
I
me.
mean, I hope we see all of this. I think if it was $3.99, I'd be on board. It's like you have me. I From all the rumblings though, it sounds like it has to be $4.99, unless like you said they're gonna take a loss.
Well, I think, well, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure like consoles almost always take a loss. Like,
hmm
that's not, consoles, selling a console isn't where you make your money. Like, it's software. That's where you make your money.
Right.
So
We shall see. I
so
like
is your
that bet.
yeah, so your bet, same thing. What do you think the price is going to be? Are they going to show the box? You kind of already talked about it a little bit, but
See, I don't want to. I don't want to bet on. I can bet on a hardware thing, but I don't want to bet on price or the box
you
because that
don't want to
would
bet on that. Wow,
no.
okay. Okay.
I want to use my bets on something else. So do you want me to do the one hardware one I have, or can I get into the games?
Okay, not your bet, but if you just had to if you had to say what the price is, what is it? Not a bet.
I think it's gonna be $4.99. I
Okay.
do,
I just
and
want to hear you say it.
I do think we will hear the box. I think we'll hear the box today, which we
Like,
probably
rattling
will.
it.
I mean, if they go off their state of plays, they're gonna have the startup sound, which would be already hype
It
at the
would be
moment.
really
It's
dope if
like,
the entire presentation is the UI.
and that's
Just
what it was.
saying.
Like you
And
just
that's how they show the
they
games
come
too.
out
Just
and they
click,
go over. Yeah. Oh
click.
my gosh.
Hey, hire me, Sony.
Or
All
you're
right.
right, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, who is this? Who is this person that knows everything?"
That's me. That's me. What can I say? Okay, your first bet, Parker. Your first bet. What's your first real bet?
Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna come bold out of the gate, and
Ooh, here we go.
I think that they're going to confirm one way or another that there's a sequel to Bloodborne, Horizon Zero Dawn, Spider-Man, and God of War. They're all in development. They're just going to confirm that they exist.
Okay, are we gonna see anything of them?
I
Any
think it
footage?
both. I mean,
Like a
again, it's going to
logo?
vary. Yeah, I think probably I want to say in my head the perfect way to do it is literally just like a 15-30 second teaser trailer for each of them. Besides Horizon, which is probably ahead, or Bloodborne would maybe be ahead, but I think From Software has been busy with other projects.
I
So
could see if Bloodborne is farther ahead, I could see that being the one more thing. I could see like at the beginning they open up with little teasers for God of War, Horizon, and what was the other one? Spider-Man?
yes,
Yeah, I can see them opening with that, little teasers about them being confirmed. And then the one more thing is the Bloodborne sequel. I could see that happening.
people love that game, and I
Yeah.
think
Not
these were,
me.
I think, yeah, I think these were some of the biggest heavy hitters, and I honestly don't know if there's any others that were exclusive that hit as hard as these four did
Right.
for the PS4 generation.
Mhm.
And so I think that if they come out, they don't have to show hardly anything. I think we will see a lot for Horizon Zero Dawn sequel because that's what they've been working on since
Mhm.
2017.
Mhm.
But if they come out and they confirm, like, yeah, if they do an E3 2016 move and they just kind of show all of their cards, like
I just don't
They've
think that's going to
won.
happen, is the thing. Because this is a launch year. I don't think that ever happens on a launch year. I would
Right,
happily
and
be
not
wrong.
saying
I would happily be wrong.
right, and not saying that they're going to come out this year. Like we'll probably get the next Horizon before
That's
any of the
true.
others, but
That's true.
I
But they
think
kind of painted themselves in a corner by revealing everything they have too soon before.
true.
You know what I mean? So I
True.
don't know. Hey, we're all speculating here.
We are. We're
And I
here for
have
the fun of it.
absolutely. I have a very similar bet
All right.
where
Is
I'll lay
this
that
your
out.
second bet or
Yes. Yes.
okay. All right.
I'm just gonna read what I have written. It could be complete gibberish, but I said 2 of the 3 sequels of God of War, Horizon, and Spidey confirmed with nearly no footage.
So we're similar lines.
Yeah.
Similar lines.
So I think 2 out of the 3, one of these won't even be mentioned, I think. Maybe, like, I don't know, someone of, like, the studio comes in and talks about something just to keep their name in there so they can say, like, the creator of Spider-Man, blah, 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 or something like that. But I think one of those 3 that I just mentioned won't even be in this, and I think the other 2, their sequels get confirmed.
I like it. That's a good.
Yeah. That's a good quote
That's a
Parker
good.
aided 2020.
That's a good.
Okay. I have a
Hey,
boring
what
one
we
if you want me to
predict-
get it out of the way.
No, I gotta take mine.
Ah,
You can't steal
fine.
it from me. Here's one that I thought really smart of when I put together, and then I was listening to some other podcasts yesterday, and I was like, okay, apparently this is a more common theory. I think Blue Point is gonna be there, and I think they're gonna reveal their project, and it's gonna be a Demon Souls remake or remaster.
Okay. That's your bet?
Yes.
Because you want to hear my counter bet to that?
Yes.
Blue Point's game isn't Demon Souls.
This is where
And for
one of
bonus
us is
points,
gonna win, one of us is gonna lose.
exactly,
Unless
for
Blue
bonus
Point isn't
points,
there.
right, which is very possible. They've been completely quiet for a while now. For bonus points, this is kind of part of my bet, kind of not. It's really putting it out there on a, like, you're pulling a little bit too much, but I think it's a Metal Gear 1 remake.
Oh, I remember kind of some rumblings about.
I think that makes the most sense, in my opinion, for a Sony title.
That's nuts. That's crazy.
Yeah. And with Metal Gear Survive being pretty much the last Metal Gear thing we got, like, they need something to boost the spirits of those fans. So. Yeah. All right, your turn.
See, do I want to be safe or do I want to be spicy? You know?
A little bit of both. A little bit of both. You want to get some points, but then you also
Right.
want to get those bets, those hard ones in there, those home runs.
All right, we're gonna come out. I feel like this one's pretty safe, so I'm gonna go with it.
Okay.
I think we're gonna get a new Ratchet and Clank unveiled.
Okay, I can see that. My one thing about that is the last one that opened, or the last game that came out opened with a movie, and the movie was absolute shit. And I don't know how licensing works, but I feel like there's gonna be something weird there. And correct me if I'm wrong, isn't Ratchet and Clank made by the same people who make Spider-Man?
Yes, it is, but they have multiple teams.
Oh, okay.
Because they've been doing a lot of VR games lately, and now that Sony owns them, and I remember when Sony bought them too.
That blew my mind. I could have swore they were already bought by Sony. I could have sworn.
I know, right? Because they do so many exclusives for them. But yeah, so because I mean, they made Sunset Overdrive, and that was an Xbox exclusive,
right?
Which was a few years ago.
And from what I hear, that game is underrated. I hear that's a really good game.
Yes, it came to PC, and I picked up and played it. It was super fun. Insomniac's a great developer, but when PlayStation purchased them, it's worth it. When PlayStation purchased them, there was something in the press release of like devoted to bringing you more experiences like Ratchet and Clank and Spider-Man. And so when they mentioned it, I was just like, it's been since 2016. I think that game did really well. And like you said, it launched with the movie, but I don't think that matters. I think that was the reinvigorating it needed.
Right.
I think it's time.
Right. And I would happily be wrong, but my gut's telling me you're wrong.
I hope not.
I hope not too. I'm not a huge Ratchet and Clank fan, but I know that those games are beloved. I know those games are good quality, high quality every time they come out. But just not my thing, not my cup of tea. I played them. I think I've played most of them. It's just I fall off after like 5 to 10 hours. Okay, I have one that's a little weird. So stick with me.
Okay.
Actually, I'll get my boring one out first.
All right.
So
I like that.
there's gonna be either in the middle or right at the beginning. There's gonna be a lot of technical stuff involving the DualSense, the new audio thing. You know how they said something about like they want to shape your ears, like they want to get that so they can have binaural audio be better and stuff like that. So they're gonna have a lot of technical stuff involving the DualSense, the new audio tech, and something else we haven't seen yet. Like there's gonna be some other thing that's whether it's like it's just a technical like improvement that we don't really think about. Like maybe crap, I don't know. Like there's a controller charger on the console. Like you just set it on your console and it'll charge it. I don't know. It's just like something like pie in the sky. Right. But there's gonna be a third item of technical mumbo jumbo jargon that they're gonna go DualSense, the audio thing, and then bam, this third thing.
See, this is not my next bet, but the boring hardware one that I had was that they're gonna come out because they have the PlayStation, I think Gold, and then the Platinum headset, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think they come out and they're like, we have this new headset that is meant to really make the audio shine, blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. And I think they're probably gonna. Hopefully they don't talk on that super long. And I always wanted to go back and rewatch the PS4 one to see what that one was like and just kind of remind myself.
I have never rewatched a press conference ever in my life.
Dude, I was scrolling through Reddit and yesterday, and they were talking about how for the Xbox event that was kind of a flop. A lot of the insider people that knew about it were like, maybe dial it down, guys. Like, don't think this is gonna be as big.
Right.
But for this one, everyone who seems to kind of have some insider knowledge is like, it's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a good day.
I really hope so. And like I said, I really feel like Sony could not show that much and people would still lose their minds in a positive way.
Right, exactly. And that's where my, bet for all those sequels coming in is I think they don't have to show us much. If
50,
they just
50,
confirm,
honestly.
If they just confirm, there's so many different ways they can play, and I hope that either way I'll probably be hyped.
They have to come out swinging with something, right? Something.
Right. All right, are you ready for prediction number 4? These last two are spicy, but I feel in my heart that they're right.
Okay.
And I have not heard people talk about them because they could make some safe ones. I'm just letting you know that. But since we're recording, I'm going out on a limb.
Okay. I like it.
I think they're going to unveil the Order 1887.
1887? That exact title? What if it's 1886 2?
They're not going to do 1886 2. I don't think they're going to do the Order. If they do the Order something, they're just messing with it. They set themselves up
so it could be like the Order 1942.
I would cry. Either way, the purpose of it is, I think it will be the Order, like the sequel to the Order 1886. And if they don't call it the Order 1887, was not worth $60 really, in my opinion. But there were people who picked it up for like $5 or $10 when it was dirt cheap on sale, and they were like, "Why did everyone complain about this game? It's great. It's like you bought it for $5 or $10. Like it's a 6-hour experience, and it's super pretty."
Right. I feel like it might have been on PS Plus, which means I might have it, but I don't know.
Sounds right.
Also, it could be on PS Now, maybe, which I have that right now, just to play Fallout 3.
Only purpose.
Best game ever made. Best game ever made.
Yeah, has that gotten on the list yet?
All right, so it's my turn?
Yep, and this is, if we're doing only 5, this is your 5th one.
Well, I have one I want to share, but I don't know if it exactly counts as a bet, because it's kind of a weird one, so I'll just share that after as, like, bonus points. All right?
Okay.
But this one I will share. We will see a new unannounced remake/reboot that isn't Blue Points. So there's going to be nothing that we heard about this game. It's going to be a remake or a reboot just coming out of nowhere. And people are going to lose their shit.
So
I hope it's Sly Cooper. But that's not part of the bet. But I just think it's going to be something like that.
One of the things I wrote down is Sly Cooper will tragically not be mentioned.
Ooh, that's a good one, though. Wow, that's really good.
Did
you see, not to plug IGN because they don't need it, but did you see they did like the top 5 PlayStation brands? on their power ranking thing, and Sly Cooper was in there. It was number 4.
Really? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I saw that.
And I was like, stick it to him. Nice.
I would love a Sly Cooper, and maybe we could get one. I think you have to have either Knack 3 or New Ratchet and Clank or Sly Cooper, some sort of like family-friendly kid game.
I think Sly Cooper would be the perfect launch game. I really
do
do.
Too.
I had that on there too. I said if it's Sly Cooper, I put launch game? Question mark?
I would cry if they were.
I would love it so
Here's a
much.
new Sly Cooper. I would literally be in tears.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe at least launch window, because they play that fast and loose nowadays.
See, Austin, I really want to be safe, but I'm gonna instead just probably kick you $20 for losing. So my final.
No arguments here. I'm cool.
My final bet is that Sony has acquired Rocksteady, and Rocksteady is gonna show off the new game.
I love that pick. But you're so wrong.
I know.
I love that pick. I wish I would have done something like that, like another acquisition. I didn't even think about that. Shot in the dark. They buy back Ninja Theory. They're like, fuck you. No.
Well, because I'm just thinking they bought Insomniac, and Rocksteady's been quiet for so long, and I think I tried to look, and I didn't think they were owned by anybody. I think they're independent, but like I would love that.
Right.
And I'm really hoping that I can still get half a point even if they're not acquired, but their new game is shown. We'll discuss that.
Did you say and? Did you say and? How'd you write that one?
Yeah, I did. Sony has acquired Rocksteady, and their new game will be shown.
That implies that both need to happen. You put and/or in parentheses.
True. We'll hash it out.
Okay. All right. I never really enjoyed all that much the Batman games. You can call me what you will. I enjoyed the first one because the first one seemed like a video game. Like it just seemed like you're just dropped in and you're doing normal video game stuff. You're brawling But I have always said that if Rocksteady makes a Batman Beyond based off the TV show, I'm in. I'm freaking all the way in. You give it like a cel shaded look, I'm in.
Right. The rumor is that they're working on a DC game, but it's not Batman.
Yeah.
But honestly, they better be here today because they've been quiet for so long. And last E3, it was like.
And it would make sense that they've been quiet for so long if Sony, hashed out a deal.
Right. So. And that's where, too, maybe Sony didn't acquire them, but if they got them to be exclusive.
That first year exclusivity or like the first, whatever the hell they do for like the first 6 months of like advertising. There's something like that. It's so dumb.
There's a lot of different, like first to PlayStation or first to Xbox.
Mm-hmm. And if you pre-order on PlayStation, you get this suit.
Right. There's so many different levels.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So just to play fast and loose, this is part of your bet. But if it's not a Batman game, what is it?
I think there was a rumor about a Superman game at one point.
They shot that down though. But people have lied before. They've just flat out lied before. So. I'm
trying to think of other DC. Because I'm not as familiar with DC. I don't know. I mean, Batman is like their flagship superhero.
Right. I could see like a Green Lantern game. I think that could be really cool.
Yeah. I guess it really probably just depends for them, atmospherically, environmentally, where they want
an Aquaman game would be kind of cool.
Exactly. Like if they want to get funky or...
Wonder Woman?
That would be interesting.
That would be interesting.
Yeah. I would be sold immediately.
Right. What you want to go through? Are we done? Is that all 5 for each of us?
Yep, that is 5 for each of us.
All right. Would you go through them for me, please, Parker?
Yes. So I will just do all of your bets and then all of my bets.
Okay, sounds good.
So Austin, first bet is we will see the box. It's $399. Second bet is 2 of the 3 sequels of Horizon Zero Dawn, Spider-Man, and God of War. 2 of the 3 of them will be confirmed, but there's going to be next to nothing really shown off for them.
And the third one won't even be mentioned. If it is, it's like in connection to something else.
That's such an intricate bet. That's gonna help me.
Well, mine are boring bets, so I wanted to make them a little more interesting. You know what I mean? Right.
Right. Number 3, Blue Point isn't working on a Demon Souls remaster, but instead a Metal Gear 1 remake.
That was just for bonus points. I just
Oh.
think the main bet was that it's not Demon Souls.
All right, I have it corrected.
Okay.
At the middle or beginning, a lot of technical stuff involving DualSense, audio tech,
And a third thing, a new
and
thing.
a third thing, something else we haven't seen yet.
Mhm.
I need to make that. There will be a lot of. Okay. And then your final bet is there will be a new, unannounced remake/reboot that isn't Blue Point.
And I hope it's like Cooper,
franchise,
but ooh, that'd be good too. Infamous. Wow. I didn't even think about that, but
and see,
how would that even? Do they have 2 studios? Sucker Punch?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so.
But the rumor has been, and this was one of my bets, is that San Diego has had a team working on a franchise that is not their own, Sony San Diego, because they're the ones that make MLB The Show.
Right, I forgot about that. There was a rumor that was.
Yes, there was like
God,
a job.
I can't remember. There was a rumor going around about what that game was, and it wasn't Infamous. But I don't remember what it was.
I think it was Uncharted, is what people were kicking around, or one that I heard anyway.
Yes, that sounds right. Like an Uncharted spin-off.
Yeah. Because and they've done. Sony Bend made Golden Abyss, given that was with Nathan Drake and everything. But
I think they need to let Uncharted rest for a while. They need to give it like.
I agree.
3 more years and then.
Which is why I hope Sony San Diego is working on an Infamous game, because I think that's a game you could let other studios touch.
Right.
Or a franchise.
Yeah, for sure. I can get on that.
Fingers crossy.
Crossy.
So my 5 bets are they will confirm a sequel to Bloodborne, Horizon Zero Dawn, Spider-Man, and God of War.
Now that's a lofty bet because you're confirming all 4 of these suckers.
Yes. We should put point value.
we'll just if you get part of it right, you'll get like 0.75 points or whatever. Something like that. We'll see. It's not important.
The second one I placed is Blue Point is working on the Demon Souls remaster/remake. The third one I have is we will get a new Ratchet and Clank, which I just thought of something that might kick me in the butt, but I'll talk about that in 2 seconds. My fourth bet is the Order 1887 will be unveiled. And then my final one is Sony has acquired Rocksteady and their new game will be shown.
I don't think I can see their game being shown. I don't see them buying the studio.
Wouldn't that be just amazing though? Even if it's an exclusive, like if it's a Final Fantasy VII situation where they have the exclusivity for a year.
But the whole studio?
The thing that does concern me about getting a new Ratchet and Clank game is there's been for a long time, and there's now like a leak kind of to back this up, that there's a brand new Crash Bandicoot game in development. And there's some merchandise that looks different from the Crash, that just different from any like Crash model I think that currently exists.
Okay.
So
that also falls into the category of a good launch game. Crash, Sly, Ratchet. What was the other one?
Crash, Sly, Ratchet.
There was another one. Anyway, it's not important.
Knack.
Yeah. Good. How can you forget Knack? That's so funny how it was Knack that I forgot. Oh no. Okay. I would love. This isn't part of my bets, but I would love to see like Twisted Metal come back for real. Because like last time Twisted Metal came back, it was kind of a 50-50. And then I would also love to see. These aren't even my games, but just for like the notoriety and the nostalgia, like a Jak and Daxter. Like maybe even if it's not Jak and Daxter, but something with those worlds, just to tug on those heartstrings.
I never played Jak and Daxter, but I can't see Naughty Dog going back to making a game like that.
I don't think they would. I think they could sell the rights to it to someone else.
Right. Yeah. And that again could be Sony San Diego if they are actually working on.
Ooh, that would almost be bad if people are like, yeah, Uncharted, and then they come out and it's like Jak and Daxter 4 or whatever.
Oh.
You're just like, ee?
So some of these other bets.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go through one of my weird ones. Go
on. I could see Kojima being there with just a super short teaser for his next game, because that's what he did with Death Stranding. Is like as soon as they could show off that he had something, they did it.
What was the first thing they showed? Was it just like the naked Norman Reedus and the baby?
Yes, I think so.
That game is so freaking good. Like, it's so weird. I love it so much.
I haven't beat it yet. I've been slowly playing it with a friend.
Yeah, I beat it, but I also just like that's all I did for like a week. Just play Death Stranding.
Like, all right, this is fine. This is fine.
Yep. I can see Kojima being there and then literally just being Kojima.
Right.
He's just there.
I agree with that. Resident Evil 8 has been, I think Village is the actual title that it's like had stuff leaked, so that could very well be today.
Okay.
That would be, I think.
I want to hold on. I want to leapfrog off of that just real quick. And I have a bet, which was just it's not even like I'm happy I didn't use this, but it's just games we could see, and I just listed a bunch of games, and I was gonna say like we're gonna see like 7 out of these 9 or whatever. That's gonna be my bet, but yeah, it's dumb. But I just wanted to list off some games that have been announced or like rumored that we could see today. That's Little Nightmares 2, Twin Mirror. Do you remember Twin Mirror? Because you should.
Yes.
You should.
Yes, I remember.
From Don't Nod, I think.
Nod. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep,
Skull and Bones. What happened to Skull and Bones? Where's that game?
They're not gonna show that. If Ubisoft is here, they're gonna reveal Far Cry 6.
But like, where's that game? Is it even okay? Dying Light 2. Dying Light 2. I could see having another gameplay thing just because they've been like silent for a while.
Well, I think haven't they been with Xbox?
I don't know.
I think their marketing deals with Xbox.
Spelunky 2. Spelunky 2. It's a launch game. That'd be a good launch game. Do you know what Spelunky is?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Okay. Lord of the Rings Gollum.
Oh, I forgot that was.
Right.
That's confirmed, right?
That's a PS5 game. Like confirmed PS5 game. Yep. Gran Turismo 7. Come on, people. They always do Gran Turismo. Yep.
Yeah, you always gotta have that car game to show how pretty it can look.
Absolutely. And I had Resident Evil 8. That's why I wanted to leapfrog off of what you said. And then my last one on that list was Street Fighter 6.
Ooh.
Yeah, I can see it.
Do you think we will get the Silent Hill
from Kojima?
game?
You think that's his next game? Oh.
Well, no. There have been rumblings that there is a new Silent Hill game, and I think there was.
I thought that was a Kojima thing.
Okay, well that's what PT was, and then
I'm aware. Yeah.
Konami, So there was a rumor that he was back to working on one. And then I think there was a rumor that like some of the original people from the first Silent Hill were working on a new Silent Hill project. So because at one point there was a rumor that there were 2 separate Silent Hill games in development.
Okay.
So I think that's maybe what I should have sprung for instead of Ratchet and Clank. But I'm really thinking with Insomniac having a lot of people and being a big studio, I think they've got to have something else in the pipe besides Spider-Man 2.
And just for the record, you don't think that's Silent Hills. You think that is Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, probably.
Right? Okay.
Watch me eat my words. It'll be the opposite.
Ratchet and Hills. Silent Clank.
Silent Clank.
Yep, that's all my bets now. I'm out. So
I think
do you have anything you want to share?
No. I just think that we will hopefully be in for some surprises too.
Oh, yeah, I
either
think
way,
half of these are going to be wrong, and there's going to be some that are like, duh, we should have said that. That makes so much more sense. That's going to happen.
Right. Because I was trying to go through. Oh, one thing I did have, I guess I didn't talk about, is I could see them having Dreams be included on every PlayStation 5, and maybe not the full capacity where you can like create things, but like where it comes pre-selected with some.
I could see them
games.
I could see them just talking about how the launch of the PS5 that month, PS Plus will include Dreams for free. Like I could just see them correlating that.
That's a good point, because I think Dreams is such a cool game.
Yeah, for sure. People, I need to go back to it.
Like, how do you hook them? How do you get that original taste in there?
You make it free.
Exactly.
Just saying. Didn't Rocket League do that? Isn't that why Rocket League is accepted? Well, I mean, for the most part. I mean, we can't speculate, but like, that's why Rocket League's on the map. Is because they launched for free, right?
Yep, they were free with PlayStation Plus that first month, and that's how I got into it.
Same. Well, technically no, but my roommate at college did. And because he would played it constantly, I'm watching from my little corner playing whatever the fuck I was playing, and then I'm like, that looks cool. So I ended up buying it.
I want to join.
Yeah. I was probably playing like Fallout 4 or something.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Fallout
Which is a good game. It's not Fallout 3. Fallout 4 gets too much slack. Just saying.
Hot takes.
All right, Parker. How do you feel about your bets? How confident are you?
I feel good. I feel like if
you feel good.
I
did not expect that.
Even if 2 of the 3 of these are true, like, I will be excited. I think the hype is real. There's a lot of avenues they can take. Sure. They're not going to take every avenue, but I think it's going to be real easy for them to knock it out of the park here. They've hyped it up. They have the hype train. They just got to deliver.
Like I said, most conflicted I've ever been. They could show nothing, people will lose their minds. They could show everything, people are going to lose their minds. Middle of the road, lose their minds. I really don't think they can do wrong except being like, guess what? Canceled. Bye.
They're like, actually, sorry, technical difficulties. So, because here's also something I got thinking of. They've done state of plays, but those have never been like a half hour at most, usually.
I think one was like 40 minutes. Maybe.
So this is the closest thing, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, this is the closest thing they've had to any sort of press conference since E3 2018, right? Because last year was the first year they didn't go to E3.
Okay. Yeah.
And I don't think they did anything for Paris Games Week.
No, they canceled that too.
So I think this is the first time in a long time. And I mean, they did such a good job with those. And I gotta believe that they've learned. It's not like
2018.
We haven't done this for a while.
Iffy.
Yeah.
But that they kind of like I said before, they painted themselves into a corner.
Right, and that's just it. They were in that we don't really have anything new to show, and not everything's quite ready yet. But
and then shuffling people like with cars or whatever from spot to spot. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, that was very awkward. Yeah. But they still had some prizes in that because that's where we got the Resident Evil 2 remake.
Right. Yeah, and I'm still happy they tried something new too. Like they didn't have anything, so they're like, let's try to spice this up a little bit, make it more ambient or whatever. So it failed, but hey, they swung.
Yeah, and I mean, because Nintendo was just like silent when they were transitioning from Wii U to Switch, because you do have the awkward time of like.
Did they not have a Breath of the Wild thing?
No, they had one E3, I think, that was totally dedicated to it. But I remember, like, just in the news, it was like, well, the Switch isn't here yet, but there's nothing. And then even when Switch came, it was like, there's Breath of the Wild, there was Mario Kart a month later, and then there was, like, nothing.
Honestly, do you need anything else, though? Like, if you're a Nintendo fanboy, do you need anything else?
Right. Like, you're set for a while.
Mm-hmm. For sure. All right, Parker. The hype is real. And go on.
I was just gonna say, let's flash forward 45 minutes and just start it.
Holy crap! It is in 45 minutes. Oh my god. Okay, we gotta get going. We gotta prepare ourselves. Get some snacks. Get some caffeine. Get something like that.
I might have a heart attack if I drink some caffeine.
I'm gonna have a heart attack. Oh, local farm boy dies of Sony hype. That's the headline right there. But I'm gonna leave this with one little secret. I'm not wearing pants. Wave to the camera. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Hello and welcome to a show of sorts where we talk about the hype that was the PS5 reveal. Parker, how you feeling right now?
Very, very just hype. Very just very ready for the PlayStation 5 to come into my life.
Which SKU?
I know. I did not think there would be 2.
I should have put that on my bet. I mentioned that.
You did.
That's okay. But let's run down the list. And this might be the best like showcase I have ever seen. This was banger after banger after bang. Even if they were not like my cup of tea, they look like a great effing game. So
yeah.
My standout is the second thing on this list. So I just want to point that out. My standout was the second thing shown. But
that gave me chills. That
absolutely.
I don't know if I've ever seen a better reveal trailer in my life.
Absolutely. So the PS5 reveal event had, from, if I listed them correctly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 25 games. Is that, can you confirm that number?
Yeah, I have 26.
Okay. Maybe I missed one, but we'll go through this. So the first thing I have on my list was GTA 5 coming to PS5, which no brainer, might as well.
Enhanced and expanded or whatever.
What does expanded mean?
I don't know, because I was looking at it and I was like,
I was really hoping they'd say, remember that single player content we promised? Here it is. Boom.
I think for them to say expanded, they have to have new stuff with those 3 to do.
But with GTA, that's probably just gonna be like an extra little island that is right there, and then
Wouldn't that be nuts though if the map is like, if there are just like brand new areas of the map, because it's already
for the entirety of the map, sure. But like if it's just like one little
right,
then. But what am I to say? I don't even play this game anymore. But I thought that was a no-brainer and a pretty safe way to open it.
I was when that Rockstar logo came up, I was like,
GTA 6.
Yeah, I know. I was like, are we about to get like, oh my, and then it went into that, and I was like, okay, still cool.
Right.
I guess.
Yep.
But it's GTA Online will be free for PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, they did say this, and like a $1 million like care package for each every month leading up to the release of the PS5, right?
Yeah, if you have GTA Online right now, I think I'm assuming you just have to log in. You get it $1 million each month as long as you log in, which is crazy because it's 2021, so
right.
Presumably you could have 12 mil, if not more, maybe a little less.
Play your cards right, kid. You'll make it in this town.
Next year's 2021. That is crazy.
Yeah, 2020 was such a shit year. Can we just skip this and call next year 2020? That would be great. But
there have been some good games. Don't discredit it yet.
Just lump them into this year. Just one long year. This next year. But then the second thing shown was Spider-Man Miles Morales. Could they have titled this any better, for one? So simple, so on the nose, but it's just what they showed here looks so goddamn dope. Mm-hmm. The beginning of him is like, you need to be a hero, Miles, and he's like, I got this, or something along those lines, like, okay, I can do this. And then it goes into the gameplay, and the gameplay looks so different. It looks so fresh, but still like familiar, and yep. I'm so here for it. But the biggest thing I want to talk about that is Holiday 2020. That's coming out this year.
My mind. That is presumably going to be a launch title, which makes total sense because there's a lot of speculation we can do, and we probably shouldn't. But like, it's in New York. Presumably they're using the same map and everything, so I'm sure like now retrospect all makes sense. The development time, super quick turnaround and everything. Mm-hmm. But when they said Holiday 2020, because first I was like, we're getting way more of this than I expected. And then I was just like, this year?
Right. My girlfriend's cat just bit me, so that's cool.
Oh. She must.
But it's probably hot.
The cat. She must not be excited for Spider-Man. It looks so good. I'm so excited.
She's probably just, it's hot in my room, so she's probably like, let me out. Anyway. But also, this makes me think that this is either DLC for Spider-Man or that it's a very small game. I don't think this is going to be a full-length game. I do not think so.
I think it is. And I am a little scared, but I really think it is because, again, I think so many of the assets they just get to reuse, and it's a matter of enhancing and adding to it. And
so it would have been, what, 2 years?
Yes.
2 years.
But that game was in development for forever. And if if it is the same map, you're just porting everything to PlayStation 5, and like the quick turnaround makes sense. Still crazy, still blows my mind.
My gut still tells me it's not going to be as content packed as the first Spider-Man. But like I said, happily be wrong. I will happily be wrong. And the next game they showed was Gran Turismo 7.
Very pretty.
Again,
I'm
right?
not gonna play that game,
Right.
but very pretty.
Looks pretty. I also mentioned that. Didn't put any bets on it. Son of a bitch. Ratchet and Clank, Rift Apart. One of your bets. Way to go.
As soon as Spider-Man came out, I was like, oh my god! And then I was like, oh, we're probably not gonna get Ratchet and Clank then.
And then they showed
and
it.
then that started, and I was
One
like,
game later, pretty much.
This could be a Ratchet and.
Yep, exactly. That was my thought too. But ultimately, I was let down with this because they opened with Ratchet and Clank and then said like Dimensions, and I was like, oh my god, they're gonna combine it with something. They're gonna combine it with Jak and Daxter. They're gonna combine it with Sly Cooper. They're gonna combine it with Knack or something that would have brought some fan base, over. And with Spider-Man probably reaching more audiences than Ratchet and Clank, like as a wide for the most recent releases, I feel like that would bring that fan base over too because they know Insomniac now. But that's okay. That's okay. You want to say anything else about Ratchet Clank?
I'm excited.
It looks very pretty.
That game. It does.
That game looks
like
very pretty.
It looks like a Pixar movie, and that's what I loved about the first one.
Absolutely. I will definitely be playing that game just because it looks very pretty. Ratchet and Clank is not my thing, but that game looks amazing. So. And the next game was Project Athia?
Yes.
And were you watching the Kind of Funny stream by chance?
No, I was not.
Gary Whitta is working on this game, or he was approached about this game. So he and other people helped structure a plot of sorts, writing of some sort for this game. I don't want to speak out of my ass here.
It piqued my interest. I saw it and I was like,
same. Yep. It was definitely one of those where like I'll keep that up there, but I don't know much about it and I'm not exactly sold yet. But it definitely looked really intriguing. After that was probably the coolest combination of names in the whole thing was Returnal. Eternally Returning.
I had Stray, and before.
You had Stray? Returnal. What? Oh, Stray. That's probably the one I forgot.
The one with all of the robots.
And then the cats.
Yeah, and it's like, do you play as a cat?
I just didn't write that. I just didn't write that down. But
yeah,
and I would assume you do play as a cat. That game looked good.
It looked good, and that's the thing with this is they were showing so many games, which I loved. Like it had me hyped, and they would have those like 5-second of weird, almost like tech demo-y things to give you like a second to breathe. But like so many games. That was
that. I do want to talk about this. The sound design, the pacing of this. I didn't find a single thing wrong with this. Like as a whole, as a presentation, it blew my mind. It was so good.
It was very polished, and I'm glad.
Go on.
I was just gonna say I'm glad that like the waiting kind of sucked, but I also lived through it, and it was like I didn't think about it most days, and it was worth waiting for this.
Right. I really wish you would have got a price, but we'll talk about that in a little bit.
I know.
But Stray, cool name, cool logo, so that won me over for the most part. Returnal, was Returnal after Stray? Did you have that down?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. So I skipped Stray, my apologies. But Returnal, Eternally Returning, it kind of gave me like Control mixed with Silent Hill, but in space.
And that's House Marquee, right?
Again, as I was chatting with you as we were watching, and I stupidly was not writing down a lot of the devs, but
some of them were like, it is this developer, and some of them it was like,
oh really? Some didn't even really say. Yeah, I got you.
I think that's House Marquee though, and that one is a PlayStation exclusive because they now are using the new like PlayStation Studios logo,
which is dope. It's so simple.
Yes, it is. And
PlayStation, they're killing it.
Yeah, a great way now to know that that's a PlayStation exclusive game.
Yeah, you don't have to say exclusive. They just smack that on there and it's good. And something that I was surprised about and surprised at how much I want to play it is Sackboy: A Big Adventure. That game looks like Mario 3D, but like PlayStation. It looks so good.
Yes.
It looks so
that
good.
Was literally my exact thought. I was like, this is, PlayStation's answer to all of the great platformers Nintendo has been doing. Like Super Mario Odyssey. And
I hope they don't charge $60 for it, though, is the thing. I think if they charge it $39.99, I think, boom. I think that's a perfect price for that. But that game looks very good.
Yeah, for games like that, that's what they've been doing. I mean, Concrete Genie.
That's
My
right.
mind's going blank, of course, but they've had a lot of $40 games. Ratchet and Clank was $40 when it first came out.
And that's a steal, honestly. I feel like you could push Ratchet and Clank to $60.
Yeah.
And then after that, probably the weakest showing, but still intriguing enough, in my opinion, was Destruction All Stars. Cool.
I looked at it and I was like, seems cool. I'm not gonna buy it. I hope it's free for PlayStation Plus.
I was gonna say it reeks of PlayStation Plus, so I can see that happening too. And then I don't know if I'm saying this right. Kenna, Bridge of Spirits. I had this written down and I don't remember a lot of it.
It kind of was very Breath of the Wildy.
Okay.
For me, it looked like that. Very naturey. She's going around doing the stuff with spirits.
Were these the ones that had the little gremlins?
Yeah, the little like black puffballs looking things.
Now this one is when I was like Pixar. This is the one that I was like, this is a Pixar movie. Not that Ratchet and Clank didn't, but this one just spoke to me a little bit more than the Ratchet and Clank one, as just being.
It was very cute, and I was like, this game has me. You have me.
Right. I'm not sold on the name though. It has the name that reeks hit or miss.
Yeah, I think.
And then, go on.
If we can just take a pause to pull back.
Yeah.
So after Ratchet and Clank, we started kind of getting into that mixed bag of like, here's a lot of third-party stuff that's cool, but it's not the main course. Like they fill the front pretty heavy, they fill the back pretty heavy, and there were a lot of games in the middle that I was like, well, this looks cool, but it's not like I'm 100% in. So the middle of this got a little long for me, but there was still just a lot of super cool looking things.
Right. Absolutely. No, I kind of agree with that. I think Sackboy is kind of an outlier to what you just said, but that's fine. That was just one maybe, and so it's still not a home run for that game either. So after Kenna, Bridge of Spirits, the little puffball game, as Parker put it, Goodbye Volcano High. How'd this look for you?
I was like, is this a sequel that I've never known about before? Because they made some sort of reference to like the end, which obviously they're saying goodbye to what appears to be a high school. But it gave me such Night in the Woods vibes, and I was like,
Me too.
I was like, I am here.
And then it was old dinosaurs, I believe, were like the little dinosaur humanoid people. And then the logo, it said goodbye, and there's an asteroid on the logo. And we all know how that kind of ended with those dinos. So
I didn't catch that.
Oh no. Foreshadowing.
Sorry, I was also just getting hype, messaging friends, and
I wanted to tweet, but I was like, I don't want to miss anything, so I didn't tweet much.
Yeah, and that was the issue too. Is it's like checking Twitter, seeing what other people saying.
Absolutely. So I'm gonna go through all these, and then we'll go through them and see if this is like an A+ or like, you know what I mean, like a must play for us kind of thing. But continuing on, Oddworld Soulstorm. This game looked really cool. I've never played an Oddworld game, but this one, I think I might be playing this one.
I have no thoughts about it. I've never played an Oddworld game.
I've never played one either, but this one just looked really cool, so I think I might be playing this one. I don't know about playing it on release, but it intrigued me enough, and the trailer was dope. So, Ghostwire Tokyo followed that, and I put little stars by some of these, which we'll get to, but this one has a star on it. So Ghostwire Tokyo, I'm a Bethesda fanboy, so this spoke to me a lot, but it's an RPG, and I usually love Bethesda RPGs. But, I keep saying but, Booty, just kidding, they tried something similar to this with like kind of like the action horror kind of a thing. It was The Evil Within. Do you remember that game, that franchise?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, and that one didn't do it for me. But I think this one's first person, if I remember correctly.
Yes. Yeah, the gameplay was.
Yeah, so that helped a little bit for me. And I like horror games. I am not sold on over-the-shoulder mechanics for like Resident Evil games. So
this game, it looked really cool because they showed it off at E3 last year, I think.
I think we've seen it once before. Yeah.
And I wasn't really on my radar, but this I was like, it got me. Like, I'm interested. I'm not gonna go out and pre-order it or anything. Also worth noting that Jeff Keighley tweeted he's getting reports that this game is exclusive for a set period of time on PlayStation.
Wow. Okay. we kind of talked about how that would be definitely a thing in our little predictions. Maybe not for this game clearly, but we definitely mentioned that.
Yeah.
And then Jet. You remember that game? I think it's just called Jet.
Yes, it was. It started off very creepy, and I was like,
I'm not remembering this one. I remember it had a weird logo.
Jet the Far Shore. It was like you're building up a planet, and it just was talking about days. I don't know. It was weird. I don't know how to describe it. It didn't really.
I remember that trailer, but. And then someone in the chat on the Kind of Funny stream said, "Sorry, that didn't say Jet. That said Jeff." And it made me laugh. After that was Godfall, which looked cool. I think the trailer was cool. They had that really good music playing behind the gameplay, and I thought that was intriguing. But this as well as Jet, at least I have it written down, are both coming holiday 2020. So that's cool. That's cool. Solar Ash, a dope name.
Yes, that was a Hyperlight.
Yes, yep, that is that one. Yep.
Developer.
She's skating. Cool. Super artistic. Yep.
Very fancy.
Hyperlight Drifter has a lot of fans. I have that on my Switch. I still need to get around to playing it, but it's definitely on my radar for sure.
It's fine.
And then I have Hitman 3, which had a pretty cool trailer as well. These are all bangers of trailers. If not the game, if the game isn't for you, those trailers killed it though.
Hitman 3 surprised me because it was like,
really?
Oh yeah, of course it's getting a sequel.
Right.
But it's just one that I never thought about or considered, and as far as I know, they didn't have any leaks.
Mm-hmm. Well, I wonder if they're going back to the same model, because didn't they released a game and then they released like little like not mini games, but like
episodes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Like
yeah. Which I wonder if they're gonna stay with that model if this is just a pack-in disc. After that was Astro's Playroom, which I wasn't exactly sure if this was a game or if this is something that's going to be on the PS5 on release or what, but it looked really cool.
Because Astro Bot Rescue Mission was such a successful VR game and everyone talked about it. And so I was like, is this VR? Is this just like, a 3D Mario-esque game? It looks super cool, looks super cute. I'm there for it.
Absolutely. My assumption was that this is a pack-in because they didn't give a date or anything. And I would assume it's VR, but they did not say that.
Right.
So, but yeah. I would assume it's a VR pack-in, kind of like, because they had a playroom before with the Astrobot character, I believe.
Yes,
I think it was just called Playroom.
Playroom. Yeah.
Yep. And Little Devil Inside. This one I put a star by. This one really looked cool. Do you remember this one?
No, I remember thinking it looked kind of weird to me.
This was the one that was like, this is why I couldn't remember Ken Bridge of Spirits, because they kind of mixed in my brain. But it had the art style of that one. It came later. It had a bunch of it had something that looked like a Yeti. God, I don't remember exactly what happened with this one. But I remember putting a star by it because it really intrigued me. The gameplay for this one just looked really, really cool. Breath of the Wild vibes for sure.
Yes, yep.
Yep, this one just looked like
it jumped around
4K Pixar, but yeah, for sure.
Because when it started, I was like, oh, is this a We Happy Few sequel?
I didn't even think of that.
This isn't even close to We Happy.
Not even close, but I'm happy it wasn't. I'm happy it wasn't. Trust me. No, this one looked really, really cool. And then we got 2K21. Sure, cool. Yep. And then we got Bug Snacks. Bug Snacks. Do you remember this one? How could you forget?
I was just like, this looks like kind of ukulele. Like this,
I thought it was a deep fake.
It seems familiar. Like what?
I thought it was a deep fake. I thought it was there's gonna keep playing this joke, and then at the end it was gonna be a different character that was part of like the main Sony characters.
Right.
Nope. It looks like Fever Dream that someone just started writing and they made a game about it. So cool. You eat things, and whatever you eat, it comes on your arms. There's a little guy who was like, I was doing something and I dropped it because of my weenie hands, and now the forest is on fire. And it got me. I laughed. And probably your favorite part of the whole freaking thing was Demon Souls Blue Point game, the remake.
I was excited.
Remake, yeah.
Yeah. Am I gonna like actually super look forward to it and pick it up day one? I don't know about that. Will I play it with my friends eventually? Absolutely yes. They've sucked me into the Souls games, which again, not easy. I don't love playing them, but it's fun to just plow through the difficulty with my friends.
Sure, I can totally see
And I
that.
was just because I made the prediction, I was thrilled.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I'm happy for the people that wanted this. Clearly not my game, but I think that the people who were looking forward to this definitely deserve this game, and this game probably deserves treatment of getting the next gen port. It's not a port, but you know what I mean. The next
And
gen
I loved
treatment.
that Shuhei Yoshida was the one that was like,
He popped up before then.
here's a game that's very important to me. And it was just, too, this was one of those moments of like,
This could be anything.
Yeah, and it's like, and then once it was Demon Souls, it's like, well, I'm not the most excited for it, but I know the importance of this announcement and how many people are excited for it.
Absolutely. Also, quick thing, when Shuei popped up, it got me thinking. All these people talking, they look weird. So I really thought they were going to say, and all these people that were talking today were made in engine. And I was like, and that they're going to say like there's no real people in this. Yeah. But they didn't. They let me down. That's okay.
I let you down.
This clearly did not let me down. Let me make this very clear. This whole thing did not let me down. After Demon Souls was Deathloop, another Bethesda game, which looks a lot like Dishonored. Like, yes, a lot like Dishonored.
I was like, is this a new Dishonored? And then I was like, wait, we've seen this game before. And this one is also apparently limited time exclusive to PlayStation.
Okay, that makes sense. This is also made by Arcane, which are the people who make Dishonored, so it would make sense that they take some of that DNA. But I feel like they took more than the DNA. Like, some of the things look literally exactly like they do in Dishonored, which I thought was a little weird. But if the concept is cool enough, I'm in. So
yeah,
I mean, it's a Bethesda game, so I'll probably give it a try anyway, regardless. Really cool premise. Resident Evil 8 Village.
Oh man, it started and I was like, at first I was like, is it a God of War teaser? And then I sat up and I was like, nope, this is too creepy. This is 100% Resident Evil 8 Village. Or do they? Yeah, they call 8 because they had the 8 in the Village part of it.
I mean, they had it Village, Resident Evil. Yeah. That's a 2021 game. I want to mention that the Bug Snacks, the weird one, is a holiday 2020 game as well. Resident Evil Village. Did we confirm or deny whether this is first person? I know in the trailer you were kind of seeing in first person.
I don't think it ever did.
Yeah, at the end, remember when the guy shot the chick for no reason, and the guy's like, "Well, but why?"
Oh, true.
It was in first person, but that could literally just be the trailer perspective. I don't know.
Yeah, this is a game I'm excited to learn more about as time goes on.
Absolutely.
I love to watch my friends play that.
Yeah, this would be something I watch a playthrough of, and like I've told you before, I don't know if I've told you on camera before, when I watch a playthrough of something, I usually end up buying a copy, whether I play it or not, but because I want to support something that intrigued me enough to go, you know?
Right.
Yeah. Not necessarily my cup of tea, but I want to support the devs. And then my dog started barking this next game, but I wrote down Capcom game, so if you could help me with this one.
It was called Pragmata, I think.
Okay.
And it started off, and I was like, "This is the Kojima game. Like they're doing it.
Right.
And
right.
Then at the end, it was like it said Capcom, and I was like, "You got me." Like I don't know who in there is thinking like Kojima, but it will be an interesting game.
Really, I missed the trailer, so I'll probably look at that after this for sure. But
yeah, it was like some dude was walking through like Times Square in an astronaut suit.
Yeah, I watched up to when they looked up at like the moon and something shattered, and that's when I had to bounce. So.
Yeah, and then like he grabbed the girl, she like powered him to make some sort of protection type thing, and then they like collapsed into the space shuttle, but then they ended up on the moon.
And then I was like, I really thought it was Kojima because one, Kojima-esque story it looks like, and like aesthetic. Two, I thought that character that was walking was Ludens. Like for a second, I thought that was the mascot for Kojima Productions.
Yes, exactly.
Anyway, after that, this might be your favorite thing. Let me pull this back. This might be your favorite thing. Horizon 2 Forbidden West. Now, before you say anything, Remember, I have not played most of this game, so don't spoil anything, because I think I'm going to go back to it, because this game might have sold me. But I was very worried about how they were going to name this game, the sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn. Because Horizon Zero Dawn 2 sounds weird. Horizon 2 whatever. But Horizon 2 Forbidden West. They did it. They did it.
So okay. I will be honest, I don't love the name.
What? That's the one thing I like.
I don't know why. Forbidden West just doesn't speak to me, but like
You can understand what I was saying though, right? Because Horizon Zero Dawn 2 just sounds weird.
Right, like, I would not want
Horizon 1 Dawn, you know what I mean?
No, right, yeah. No. Forbidden West just seems like it seems like an expansion to me and not a brand new game. But either way, when that started, I knew right from the music and even kind of the water, I was like,
this game looks absolutely stunning.
This is the next Horizon. And
it looks absolutely stunning.
A little concerning for me because I feel like it's obviously just such a gorgeous world and has a very specific look. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of it looked the same as the first game, but some of those new, they just kind of took everything and they just grabbed it and they were like, we are amplifying everything. And then they just like threw it back. And
I liked how more wide, no, that's not the right word. I don't know. It felt to me, and I've only played like the first 5 or 8 hours of the first one, but it felt more diverse in the landscape. It felt more mixed together naturally instead of just there's literally random robots in the wild. It looked more like 50-50 now instead of like 90-10, if that makes sense.
And now the gameplay too, like you can swim. I don't remember swimming in the first one.
Swimming confirmed.
I think it's going to be a lot more
explorative.
Just the gameplay is going to be able to be a lot more diverse. And I'm interested to see when that comes out. Mm-hmm. Because I would have thought that's the game we're getting this fall, and we're not. And so I got to believe that game is next year. And I hope it's early next year.
That'd be nice. Just for the record, we're getting a lot this fall. Half of these are getting holiday 2020 dates. So
which is great. Like, that is awesome because that's, the thing they struggle with for launch. And hopefully COVID doesn't prevent all of these games from launching.
Right. That would be such a shame, COVID.
But I do remember, I think it was Phil Spencer that said he's not really concerned for the games this year because they're, in the polishing phases. They can do that stuff pretty easy from home.
Worried about the next step.
Yeah, it's next year's games that are still more like in development.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Still like worrisome, but that makes sense.
Yes.
So yeah, that was the last game. I'm gonna go through the games real quick. So we had GTA 5, cool. Spider-Man Miles Morales, that huge thumbs up for me. GT 7, it was a must. I could see, you show off a new console. Not my thing, but I definitely see it happening. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, because I give that a thumbs up. Not really my thing, but I think I'm gonna play it. Project Athia, learning about Gary Whitta working on this really sold me. And this game looks really cool. It just looks cool, so I'll probably keep my ear to this one. And then I skipped one, Stray, right? Stray is next.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Cat game looks cool. You can't go wrong with some cats. Returnal, that was the one where it's kind of like Deathloop in a way. Like the concept is like live, die, repeat kind of thing. Sackboy Big Adventure, thumbs up. I really like that one. I'll be playing that one on release probably. Destruction All Stars, probably the least exciting of the group, but still, it didn't look like a bad game. It just didn't look exciting.
Yes.
Kenna, Bridge of Spirits, the one with the little fuzzballs. I don't remember how you put it earlier, but
that's the one I think has the puff balls.
Puffballs.
I think has the most potential going in, not knowing. I mean, of that kind of random middle games of like, here's a whole bunch of experiences that you're gonna like at least one of these. I think that has the most potential to pull me in and make me a big fan.
That was your biggest new thing that they showed.
Besides Spider-Man and Horizon, yeah.
Well, I meant new, as in we haven't seen anything like in the license or in the franchise kind of thing. Goodbye Volcano High looks like a pretty cool narrative that's definitely worth enjoying. Oddworld Soulstorm. Oddworld's been around for a while. I'm sure this one will be no exception. Ghostwire Tokyo. This one looks amazing. This one looks really good. I'm hoping that the creepiness carries over from Evil Within, and we can enjoy this plot line. And aesthetically. I'm okay with that. Be scary as you want. I'm good. I have my big boy drawers on today. I'm wearing pants.
Oh, you put them on. That's nice.
But the aesthetic of this game looks really cool as well. It's just like futuristic, not exactly like Cyberpunk, but futuristic, and I really like that. Jet. There was a subtitle to this one. Do you remember? You mind giving me that? I just wrote down Jet. You read it earlier.
Jet, the Far Shore.
The Far Shore. Okay, yeah, that one seems fine, but that one is a holiday 2020, so that's cool. The Spider-Man was a holiday 2020 as well, and I think that's it so far. Yeah. I mean, the GTA thing had a bunch of extra stuff, but we talked about that. Or Godfall holiday 2020. It just looks cool. It looks like a typical launch game, which I was like, meh, but that's okay. Solar Ash, dope name.
Yes.
Hitman 3 looks cool. You said that one surprised you, right?
That one did, yeah.
Parker's thumbs up, I think, or seal of approval.
Will I play it? Probably not, but I'm glad it exists, and I'm very happy for them.
What? You won't play it? Come on, Parker.
I got Hitman for free, and then I think I got Hitman 2 on sale, and
just not your thing.
Yeah.
So the presentation.
They're good games. Don't get me wrong, but
right. Still exciting to see. Astro's Playroom, which something we're not entirely sold on what that is yet. We're sold on the product, but just what is this? Is it a pack-in? Is it a game?
Does it belong?
Yeah. Is it VR? Is it not VR? Little Devil Inside, which I put a star by, and I didn't really express it very well, but this one looked cool. I promise you, it looked very, very cool. 2K21, you can just go right past that. I don't really care. Bugsnax, Holiday 2020. Bugsnax looks like I was thinking to myself while this was on the screen, I'm like, they really have been kind of pushing kind of a new genre of games with Justin Roiland, the guy who made Rick and Morty. Like his games are very humor and comedy based, and video games don't really tackle that a lot. But ever since he put out a couple games, there've been more kind of popping up where it was humor based, comedy based. They're just having some fun, little fever dream, and I'm into it.
I'm into it.
I'm into it, totally. Demon Souls Blue Point game. You want to speak on that?
Get hype, everybody. Dreams can happen for anyone.
Yeah. Yep. This is a no-brainer. I really wanted it to be something else, just for the bet's sake, but that's okay. Yeah. It needed to happen for sure. Deathloop looks awesome. Very second coming of Dishonored. Basically Dishonored in a different time period is basically what this is. But I'm okay with it. I'm in for it. Resident Evil 8 Village, which again, if it's first person, I'm in. If it's third, or if it's over the shoulder third person, I can't do it. I literally cannot play these games.
I think it'll be in first person. That's what 7 was, and that was
right.
The first. 7 was the first one that was first person.
Mm-hmm.
So
I believe you are right, and that's a 2021 game. Hitman 3 is 2021. Solar Ash is 2021 as well. And then this is the one I missed. I don't remember what you said it was. When I put Capcom game, it was the one I missed. Start with a P, I believe.
Pragmata.
Pragmata? Is that pregnant? Pregnant man. Got it.
I don't know how to say it. I'm bad at pronouncing words I don't know.
But it was very Kojima-esque game. So if they play their cards right, I feel like this will be above both of our alleys for sure. At least giving it a go. And then Horizon 2 Forbidden West, which I'm pretty sure most people tuned in to see that game. So very cool to see that. So a lot of these get a seal of approval. I don't think any of them disappointed. Would you agree with that?
Yes, I agree 100%. That they all had a really good showing.
For sure. So now I do want to talk about one thing before we get into the bets. The 2 SKUs of PS5. Did you see that coming?
No, I did not. I didn't think they would do it. And I'm glad they are.
Right.
I still think I'll probably get a disc version. But I guess it depends the price, which we never got.
It depends on the price, which we never got. And I want to know, because I could be wrong, but something tells me that at least it's possible that the old digital edition is weaker. Like it doesn't do 4K or something, or you know what I mean? I just feel like there might be a trade-off there. So if it's literally the exact same but doesn't have a disk drive, I think I might go all digital, because I've been doing that for my Switch and it's very convenient.
The only thing that scares me about that is if something ever gets messed up with my account, like if it gets hacked, or if like you've heard those horror stories, and that's what scares me.
No, I completely understand that, but I haven't had any problems with my Switch, so stay tuned for that one. But and then they also showed, I think it was like the charger, camera, charger for the controllers, the camera.
Like a remote.
A remote, yeah, a remote. Does that count as a third thing for my bet? I don't know. No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
There was a headset. I should have bet on that.
Oh yeah, the headset was really cool.
It did.
I just bought this one, which you were talking about earlier. It's like the gold one, but that's okay. I'm assuming this would work on a PS5. I really hope it does. Okay, so our bets, Parker. Such a good showing. Such a good showing for sure. I'm gonna bring up your tweet because I don't have it written down anymore.
Oh, I have a doc up.
Okay.
So, do we just want to go through your bets first and then my bets?
Sure.
Or do we want to bounce back and forth?
Sure. We can just go through mine and then go through yours, and we'll tally at the end.
So, are we doing you had to have all of it, or are we doing these little half point?
I know you want to do half points, so we can do half points.
Okay, I think that honestly benefits you more than it does me to do half points.
Well, do you not want to do half points? I don't care about losing. Okay, we'll do half points.
Okay. So
we see the box. It's $3.99.
Yes.
So I get half a point.
Yep, because we saw the box.
Okay, cool. We saw boxes actually, to be fair. And I really thought that at the beginning of the showcase that they were going to show the box right there. When that weird graphic, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just lost you in my ears.
Oh no! Did your AirPods die?
I'm assuming that's what happened. Oh no.
Do you have any other headsets? If not, that's okay. We can just go with this.
I'm gonna put these back in. They were charging the whole.
Maybe just lost
Can you
connection.
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Maybe they did. I don't know what that was up with.
Okay.
We'll keep rolling.
Okay, so I got half a point for my first bet.
Yes.
Okay. So the second one, you can read that one.
The second one is 2 of the 3 sequels to Horizon Zero Dawn, Spider-Man, God of War confirmed, but nothing showed from them, and the third won't be mentioned.
I think I got this one. I think I nailed this one. Because they showed Spider-Man and they showed Horizon Zero Dawn sequel.
But you said nearly nothing showed from them.
No. Oh, you're right.
Because I was prepared to give it to you because you nailed that one. We got Horizon, we got Spider-Man. Except you didn't think they were going to show much. And Spider-Man, I'd kind of count it.
What about
what
about 0.25? Because I nailed the 2 out of the 3 part of it.
Yes, I'm
like a fourth of a point.
Yeah.
Okay. Blue Point isn't working on Demon Souls Remaster, but instead Metal Gear 1 Remake. I flubbed it. And I think I remember saying when I put this bet out there that I could totally be wrong. So
yeah,
part of me is happy I was wrong for sure. So, and then my number 4 bet
was at the middle or beginning. There will be a lot of technical stuff involving DualSense, audio tech, and something we haven't seen.
I don't think I got this one at all.
No. I mean, they showed off new things at the end, but they didn't talk about them.
Right, and they weren't like a new thing. They were just like items to buy. But
it's like here's our variants that
near the middle. They showed the DualSense, and I was like, oh my god. And then they talked about the audio for like half a second, and I was like, oh my god. And then nothing. And I'm like, fuck, damn it. And then my last one was a new unannounced remake / reboot that isn't Blue Point, and I don't think we got this one.
Mm-mm.
Damn it.
Which would have
been really weird if like Sly Cooper or Knack or whatever was in the Ratchet and Clank game. But that's okay. So I think I got what?
You have a 0.75 out of 5 points.
Let's go. All right.
So for mine, the first one was they'll confirm a sequel to Bloodborne, Horizon Zero Dawn, Spider-Man, God of War.
So you get half a point?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me just highlight this. I'm highlighting even though I don't need to.
That's okay. And then Blue Point is working on a Demon Souls remaster / remake. You nailed that one. That's a full 1.5 points already. I already lost.
$20 is mine. I should have bet the $60 game, I tell you.
You were scared.
Then my third bet, and the only other one I have out of this, is we will get a new Ratchet and Clank game.
Yep, nailed it. nailed it. Another point. 2.5 points. Number 4, the Order 1887 will be unveiled. Are we ever getting another Order game? If it wasn't here.
I think if it wasn't here, it's gotta be either sometime later this year or next year. Yeah, like
it's gotta be soon.
But I know because Ready at Dawn is the developer, and I think there have been rumors that they might be working on it. But
absolutely,
time will tell. My final bet was Sony has acquired Rocksteady, and their new game will be shown. Both of those are wrong. I thought for sure we'd see their game.
Where is Rocksteady? What the hell is happening? Like, why haven't they shown anything? It's so stressful. I don't understand.
Their game, when they announce it, it better be like, we are launching this.
We are launching the Justice League game. It has 12,000 hours of content.
We can all hope.
So, Parker,
you win. I was going to say that rounds me out to 2.5 out of 5 points.
You got 50%, and I got a whopping, not even like 10%. No, I probably got that, but I got 0.75. You got 2.5. I got 0.75. I didn't even get a full point. So I got about 18% of mine right. You got 50%. So Parker, I owe you a $20 PSN card for sure.
Finish plus lovingly.
Will you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, all right, Parker. So, overall, how is this hype train for you?
I'm very hyped. I think my biggest concern, and this is something I don't think we talked about, do you think the console has to stand vertically?
No, the last thing when they were showing kind of like just a bunch of like teasers, like a little collage. There's another word for this, but they were showing a bunch of
reel, right?
Sure, yeah, sizzle reel of sorts. Yes, they showed it on its side. It was very brief, but it was on its side, which that was a concern for me too. I was like, it looks like curvy on both sides, so I don't see how this thing's laying on its side. But
look, it's already a Google search.
Can you
PS5 on its size.
I'm pretty sure they showed it.
Yes, it looks. I don't know how to feel.
Yeah, the design.
It's definitely made to be standing up.
Absolutely, which I'm okay with. I have mine standing up anyway, but I can understand people being like,
And here's to hoping with this design,
it's not as loud as a jet engine.
Yes, for real though.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it looks like you can just lay it on the little stand thing from the picture I'm seeing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's great. I feel good about it. I'm really curious for the price and the fact there's two different consoles. But
yeah, I think it's gonna be $349 for the all digital, and then probably $499 for the normal one.
See, I think Spider-Man 2. I mean TOO and not 2, even though hopefully it is a full-fledged Spider-Man sequel.
I just see it being shorter. I don't know why. Happily be wrong.
That is what sells me on I want to get this day one and I want to be a part of it. That's what I did for the PlayStation 4. But then I'm like, there have always been these super cool limited edition consoles, and I want one of those. So do I hold out? Do I wait for different controllers too?
Yeah, that's not my thing. I don't really give a shit about collector stuff when it comes to controllers and consoles and stuff like that. I'm more of a statue guy, but I never get a collector set of anything really. But the design, right? This is very different. It's not very reminiscent of the old models of the previous generations, and I like their bold, just blow that they put towards this. I like how they're kind of swinging for the fences on this one. I don't know if I love the design, but I do like that it's different. I didn't want another black standing up box. I didn't want a box. So I think that this is a nice change for sure.
Yeah, and I mean when they showed off the controller, I think that should have been our first hint of the console's going to be. It's not going to play it safe. It is going to look different.
The controller's a little chunkier too than the current ones, I think.
Yeah. I didn't immediately love it, but I didn't immediately hate it, and I think it will grow on me, and I'll be like.
That's kind of how I feel with the console as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't have any problem with this model. I just think it's different, and I'm okay with that. So here we go. But so Parker, the hype train is over. I had a great time. I think you had a great time. What's the one thing of this showcase that you enjoyed the most?
That Spider-Man trailer gave me chills, especially because it it just wasn't expected. Like, I figured they might show just a brief teaser, but the fact that we're getting it this holiday, like, that just threw my hype up, and then I was here for the presentation. I had arrived.
Mm-hmm. I gotcha. Mine was the same thing. So that trailer was so good. I'm sorry, that trailer was just so goddamn good. The voice line of him, I'm a sucker for voice acting, and when Yuri Lowenthal, I think, was the original Spider-Man voice actor, and for this game, for the previous game, and I think he's talking to Miles, and like, it's your turn to be a hero, you need to be a hero, and he's like, I don't know the line he says, but it's like, okay, and he like goes for it, and you hear him like wince and scream. I'm an anime dude, so like that gets me. But yeah, I think they just nailed it. That trailer was so good. The gameplay looks so fresh and just top notch, and I cannot wait to see Miles Morales, not even yet alone, but on next gen hardware. Let's go. So that looks really, really good. So Parker, thanks for joining me today. This PS5 looks freaking amazing. I'll be pre-ordering it for sure. So you should do the same. You should definitely do the same.
I'm pumped for more details, because usually E3 there's a whole spewing of it, and this was pretty much the equivalent of what that would have been for PlayStation anyway. And I'm ready for those details to come.
Right. I don't know if that's going to come later today or
right, exactly.
Or they don't really have to. Is the thing.
That's what keeps it fresh and exciting. So.
Like, they didn't even give the price, so why would they say like you can do this and this, and you have? I mean, they showed all the specs already, which is weird. Remember that Wired article?
Yep.
Oh, that was weird, right?
There's been a few of those now.
Yeah. All right, Parker, you take it easy. You be a happy little PlayStation fanboy over there, and I'll most likely do the same. So, see you later, Parker.
I will just be, in my corner, loving the PlayStation 5.
Tears. Bye-bye, everyone else. Bye-bye.
Bye.